state of Haryana. And in Haryana, recently, the new violence, the Jal Abhishek Yatra, and it was carried out again. Communal politics, many people came out and said. But right now, a different kind of rumbling is taking place inside the Haryana Congress. This is internal Congress rift. Nothing new, again, albeit another state. Same script, different characters, different state. The divide in the Haryana State Congress, ladies and gentlemen, has once again come to the fore. Now, the Congress was left red-faced as slogans were raised against former Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Haryana Affairs in charge Deepak Babria. The slogans were raised by supporters of Rajya Sabha member Randeep Singh Surejwala. So it's basically Surjewala versus Hooda. Surjewala versus Hooda. They accused Hooda and his son of taking complete control over the party affairs in the state of Haryana. Senior Congress leaders have called for a meeting with party chief Mallikarjun Kharge to discuss the same. Now, I'm just thinking, Mallikarjun Kharge already has too much on his plate. He's in Rajasthan, simultaneously he's in Madhya Pradesh, then he's also heading meetings of the INDIA bloc, he's also heading meeting of the special parliamentary session, how the agenda, the collective agenda has to be put across. If Sonia Gandhi is writing a letter to the Prime Minister, Mallikarjun Kharge knows what's happening. If KC Venugopal has issued something in terms of being the General Secretary, then Mallikarjun Kharge knows about it. Now, Mallikarjun Kharge has been involved in this one as well. But I'm thinking, first and foremost, what is the rift essentially about? Is it egotistical? Is it a prestige issue? And secondly, why are Surjewala supporters, miffed at the fact that Randeep Singh Hooda is controlling the party affairs? I mean, he's there most of the time. Surjewala, it seems like, has a more national role. He's visiting various other states. He was there in Karnataka. He's there in Rajasthan. If you're talking about consoling Sachin Pilot versus Ashok Gehlot, Surjewala is there. If you're talking about what happened in between Siddaramaiah and DK Shiv Kumar, Surjewala is there. You have Surjewala at the national role. Why are Surjewala's protesters then, supporters then protesting?
Well, there is a saying, Kabir, that everyone wants to go to heaven, yet no one wants to die. Now, the name Surjewala is very critical here as far as what is happening in Haryana is concerned. Obviously, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, former Chief Minister of Haryana and a known face, Congress face in the state, is somehow facing the heat from a particular camp, which is by chance led by Surjewala and Randeep Singh Surjewala, and he is basically complaining and met, in fact, Mallikarjun Kharge on the possible lines so that there is a camp within the Congress which is trying to divide the party in Haryana. Now, remember, Haryana is going to elections also. It's a crucial year for Haryana. In 2024. The state would be witnessing the polls. Now, for Congress, obviously sensing opportunity, Manohar Lal Khattar's government has faced flack on a lot of fronts, be it the handling of COVID back in 2019, 2020, to the new violence that has recently happened, to also some crumbling infrastructure, if you talk about the urban voters, say in Gurgaon and Hisar. Now, given the fact Congress riding high on the aspirations from Karnataka, they might be sensing some sort of opportunity here in Haryana as well, and that it could give potential mileage to youngsters like Randeep Singh Surjewala, Kumari Shelja and
Something's
all.
wrong.
And
Something's off. Something's off.
Something's off. See,
the minute an election comes across, yeah, you're right, personal ambitions. But you gotta keep it in your pocket, no, essentially. When you saw what happened with Captain Amrinder Singh and Navjot Singh Sidhu. We're already taking a look at what's happening with Bhupesh Baghel and T.S. Singh Deo.
See, you're right, but one thing that is common, if we are referring from it from Rajasthan's point of view, the age difference. A Sachin Pilot versus an Ashok Gehlot, a Randeep Singh Surjewala versus a Bhupinder Singh Hooda.
New versus the old.
New versus the old, and this is not just limited to states. This is also at the central Congress level. AICC is also facing the same thing.
It's actually a good point that you've made, because everywhere it seems like the direct fight is between somebody who's a youngster who wants to claim a space. But then again, Sachin Pilot has been quiet and calm ever since that ordeal that took place, a couple of years back. And he has been calm, he has been quiet. Even with the AICC presidential elections, Ashok Gehlot supporters and loyalists, what they did in Rajasthan.
That was classic politics.
Ajay Makan went there,
yes,
and nobody turned up for the meeting. Proper prestige issues. You can see, how egos are, riding real high. People say that, Congress party is a very democratic party. We've got 9,000 karyakartas and all that. But you have equal amount of egos to deal with as well.
Yes,
and I think that is something that comes and, hurts the Congress in its own foot.
Kabir, you are right. If you look at, again from the organizational point of view, this works, as a countermeasure, having personal ambitions. But in politics, as we have seen, talking about Lalu Prasad Yadav, he just underwent major surgery also. But
Right.
even, Lalu, why I'm mentioning Lalu Prasad Yadav, because obviously he is one of the politicians
So-called
from
left
the
ground leaders
Yes,
from the ground
leaders.
leader era.
But if you ask him, I'm sure, I come from that state, and I would say that he, at this age also, he would nurture an ambition to be the Prime Minister, which is not wrong. If someone says that why लालू जी को क्यों है प्रधानमंत्री बनने का मन, तो वो गलत नहीं होता है पॉलिटिक्स में. So Surjewala, if he wants to become the chief minister of a state, or maybe wants his people to be, that's not wrong. But that's personally, that could be fine. It pushes them to work hard. It pushes them to connect with the grassroots level, masses. But when it comes to the organizational level, the sacrifice factor is something, once again, which is still date, I would say, lauded upon.
Right, and just to take a slight digression over here, I really want to read out some of these comments, because we've been asking people to get
Yes,
onto
please.
the comment section, and it is about Manipur, of course. Staying with the news on Haryana, let me just quickly read out some of these comments. They're saying that the firing started at Phugakchau Ikhakai, provoked by Kokomi. This is somebody who's put down in the comment section here. Somebody saying the chief minister cannot handle the state and needs to go. Another person saying CM Biren should step down. Saying now Methi militants attacking the Kukizo again. Methi don't want peace, they want war. And you know what, Pankaj? I'm not going to talk or take a follow-up question on this, but I know one thing for sure. What we're reading right now here is exactly what we were reading in the early days of May as well. So essentially nothing has changed. We're taking 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, 2 steps ahead, another 4 steps back. We take 4 steps in very slow pace ahead. We take very quick 2 steps back. All of that is happening on the Manipur front. So many thanks for all the viewers who are continuing to get down in the comment sections to help us understand what's your viewpoint on the Haryana Congress rumbling as well. So just to wrap up the Haryana Congress angle over here, what next for Mallikarjun Kharge now, Pankaj? It seems like there's another state that he will have to visit. कहीं पे पगड़ी लगाए हैं राजस्थानी, कहीं पे मध्य प्रदेश का कुछ शॉल गमछा लगाए हैं. हरियाणा जाते हैं तो हरियाणा का लगाएंगे.
हरियाणा में एथलीट्स बहुत आते हैं हरियाणा से. Maybe he should be ready for a sprint. Maybe his running shoes would come handy. Well, for Mallikarjun Kharge, see, when he assumed the chair of the presidency of Congress, obviously it was not an easy task, 100%. Obviously. So
and he's done well. He's done well.
So far, so good, I would say. He has gotten them Karnataka. There are chances that they would retain Chhattisgarh, if I'm not, jumping the gun here. And obviously,
I mean, you are, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Yes. So, no, I mean, that is more to do with what Bhupesh Baghel has done for the state.
Right, right.
So, to put out these small fires, Mallikarjun Kharge is and has been the right guy to do it. Even if going back to that time when the decision was to be taken between Kharge and Shashi Tharoor, many pinned their hopes on Kharge because he is an astute politician, has seen many summers more than what Shashi Tharoor has seen, and he knows the dynamics. So obviously for a party that has been on the downslide, reviving it, 2 factors came in handy. First, Bharat Jodo Yatra, and secondly, Mallikarjun Kharge.
Yeah, हिंदी में कहावत है ना, जितने आपने दिन देखे हैं उतनी मैंने दिवालियां देखी हैं.
देखिए कह दिया आपने बस.
Mallikarjun Kharge holds really true for that guy for sure.
Definitely.
All right then, we'll have to wait and find out as to what essentially happens in the Haryana Congress's infighting. We'll keep bringing you the latest details, ears and eyes all across Haryana. Don't worry about that. News9 Live is your location, is your one-stop shop for all those developments.